Good Saturday morning. Welcome to the Yellow Jackets Reaction Show. Turn this down a little bit. Give you guys a chance to get in here. We are going live. Make sure you share this with your with everybody. Okay, come on in. Excuse me. Now, let me share this out to the public here. The sound is good because I can hear it through there. Now I just need to share it out to the rest of the world. Yellow Jackets had a tough week. It was but it was a short week. Instead of Friday night, the Jackets played on Wednesday night down in Hanahan, South Carolina. Shout out to the folks down in Hanahan, South Carolina. And congratulations. Good team down there. Dropped to 4-1 in non-conference. And this coming week, we move into the conference portion of our schedule. And first up is Academic Magnet down in the same area, same region, down in Charleston area. And we lost to Hanahan by 1 point. It was 28-29. Game where we were down for a large portion of the game, down by 2 touchdowns, and we were able to rally, bring it back into 1. We had the ball driving down, couldn't pull it together, but all in all, just a super effort by the guys. I promise you that. Just a super effort by the Andrews Yellow Jackets. Shout out old Madison Smith. I saw Madison over there on the sideline, and I know how that is to be injured and want to be out there with the guys to contribute and not be able to. But you just hang in there, young man. Just hang right on in there. Be all right. And it was presented to me. Somebody, and I don't know if they were poking fun or whatever. They was like, "Oh, you didn't put up an interview with Coach this week after Andrews lost." The reason why I didn't put up the interview, and we did do a post-game interview because Coach is a high character, high integrity, wins, losses. The man is even keel. So we did do an interview. I botched the first half of the interview. I don't know if Coach realized that when he saw my face, but I didn't have any sound on the first half of the interview. So that's why I didn't put it up. And I wanted to play the second half of it here so that, I didn't want to put it out and it just sounded crazy. So that's what happened with the interview. But here is the second part of it, and I'll tell you about the first part. In the conference next week. A couple thoughts on that, and who are we facing our first off in the conference?
We start out next week with Academic Magnet.
Okay.
Down here. It's a tough region. This is a very deep region, and we're gonna have to bring it every night, and just try to take them one at a time. We can't worry about what's gonna happen, next week or the week after. We just got to focus on what's in front of us and take on that task and then move forward from there.
Absolutely. I appreciate you, Coach, man. Again, tough loss, great effort from the guys, but I look forward to next week.
Yep, thank you.
All right. So we did do the interview for the person that thought that losing would change. We're sore losers. We don't like to lose. I don't. I'm speaking for myself here. But it's part of that's part of the deal, and that's part of where the character building comes in. At is being able to accept those losses and move on. One of the messages that coach left the guys was, "Hey, let's go. Time to get ready." You know what I mean? Essentially, that game meant nothing. You know what I mean? It would have been nice to take the victory and put it under our hat, but that game essentially meant nothing. There. Let me bring in the co-host right here on the Saturday morning. I guess we can go ahead and say it. We the number one high school in Georgetown County. You know what I mean?
So we got to be number.
There you go. Welcome, sir. How are you?
Hey, still trying. I'm in a remote location, struggling with connection, so I'm still adjusting things.
Okay, good. Let me.
All is well. Power outage. You had displaced from home. Resident still don't have power.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to ask. I know, the bigger deal was we got a little bit more of Helene than we bargained for. You want to give an update as to, put your hat on as the mayor. I know you're the voice of the Fighting Yellow Jackets right now, but could you please put your hat on for a few minutes as the mayor of Andrews, South Carolina, and give the people an update as to where are we at right now as far as the town, and what citizens should be concerned with.
Yeah, as you stated, this storm, at least we didn't get the heart of it, but we got enough to knock out power across the town, to include myself. But as we stand right now, we have, I think, about 70 homes and a few businesses that are still out, and again, to include me. They anticipate that will be restored by 2 p.m. today, which is still kind of crazy. So it's happening, but we got to be understandable. It's happening all across the state. You got folks up there in the upper part of the
absolutely
completely out, and will be out for 2 weeks.
Yeah, and that's is out not far from me. Actually, I mean, it's funny because I talked to a gentleman last night at the Dollar General, and we live about a mile and a half apart, and we have our power came back on 8 o'clock yesterday morning. And this guy up just that far up the road, they still don't have power this morning.
Yeah, and unfortunately, businesses that are losing a lot of food and that stuff. So I'm not sure how they recover from that, or are you going to have to take the loss? I'm not so sure. That's something that has to be discussed.
Hey, this is campaign season, baby. You know that somebody's going to find some money somewhere, because there's some votes attached to that right there, buddy.
So one of the young men that's in the neighborhood was telling me that Food Line lost, several $100,000 in food. I'm not so sure, that numbers are correct, but
yeah, that's a little high. But I mean, with the cost of food, it might be a little low.
Yeah, all that, again, it all bleeds back into politics. So
yeah.
But the good news is that you only had a few trees down, not big ones, some branches down that we removed out of the way, and no reports of anybody hurt. So that's a blessing, and it's got to roll with it because Mother Nature is going to have a say.
Absolutely, and I mean, listen, it comes with it's what it says. It's not it's a feature or whatever, however that saying goes. But you live in southeastern United States.
That's
you're
right.
going to deal with hurricanes and tropical storms. So
always September, man. A lot of it's that season, and so we just have to prepare for it as best we can, and preferably people have insurance to cover some of the loss. And but it's a tough time. But we're blessed. There's no injuries or anything like that.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right, now shifting gears over to I guess it was a good call on this one, on this deal, shifting the game from Friday to Wednesday night, and we ended up down in Hanahan, beautiful North Charleston, South Carolina, on Wednesday night. And I was saying that I did get the interview with Coach. The first part of the interview, he was just going over the fact that we did everything we could to lose that game the other night. Um, and again, I got to thinking about the fact that okay, they switched the game to Wednesday night. How much of an effect did it have on our boys? And then I had to say, and I had to be honest with myself, their boys had to deal with the same thing. So, all in all, it's an even matchup. It's everybody had to adjust with the and I obviously bumbled the first part of the interview and didn't have any sound in it. I recorded it.
Okay.
Like my man Jay said, I reverse recorded it.
Yeah. So you played it already?
I'm gonna play it now. This is the second half of what he was saying. Like I said, the first part of it, he was just saying that um, basically, we did enough to lose that game. You can't play a team as good as Hanahan and put the ball on the floor like we did, and have the lethargic start that we did, and then expect to win. But here's the second half of that.
In the conference next week. A couple thoughts on that, and who are we facing our first off in the conference?
We start out next week with Academic Magnet.
Okay.
Down here. Tough region. This is a very deep region, and we're gonna have to bring it every night, and just try to take them one at a time. We can't worry about what's going to happen, next week or the week after. We just got to focus on what's in front of us and take on that task, and then move forward from there.
Absolutely, I appreciate you, Coach, man. Again, tough loss, great effort from the guys, but I look forward to next week.
Yep, thank you.
All right.
There you go. Yeah, I had somebody say, "Oh, you didn't post the video of you coach after y'all lost." Like, dude,
Someone said that?
it's hit me in the inbox. I ain't gonna out him like that. He was kind of poking fun, but I ain't even say nothing. I ain't even answered. I just said, okay, because I know he watching right now. But there's your answer right there. No, dog, we don't run in the face of a loss. And that was that was a.
I
All right. He said he was in an area with a bad location. Hey, Alfredo Wigglesworth. Thank you for tuning in, man. Whoa. Wow, I'm being trolled apparently. All right, but yeah. So that's what Coach was saying right there about us going into this conference. Now, I wanted to make I thought about it going into this game right here. This was definitely a this for me. This was definitely the litmus test for. All right, there you go. This for me. This
think I've
game.
lost connection. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you back now. Yep, can you hear me? I can hear you. I can hear you. Okay. All right. Are you picking me up? Okay, I'll tell you what we'll do. I'm gonna remove you from the studio. Okay, and then just re-enter the studio, and we'll make that happen. All right, there you go. Let's go. but yeah, like Coach said, tough conference. But what the thought I was trying to get out was that Hanahan for me, when I was looking at the schedule, I said, "Oh, that's a good litmus test going down into that area." Because Hanahan has been back in the day. We used to play Hanahan when I was in high school, and again, we switched away from that conference and went more toward Marion, Mullins, and all that other Laura side. And for me, going into Wednesday, Hanahan was that litmus test, and I think we came away good. Again, we started out really slow. Um, we had some guys that was dealing with some stomach issues. I don't know what that was a result of, but
Am I back with you now?
yes, sir.
Okay, I'm not sure what happened there, but as I was saying, when I came in about midway of the first quarter, and I can tell right away the energy was extremely low, different from any. We were always had a slow start, and then the guys get going, and then unstoppable. But this was a different kind of feeling vibe that I was getting from the guys, and wasn't sure until afterwards that I learned from another alumni that some of them was under the weather. But again, you have to account for a short week. Couldn't prep, so we did a lot of things. We were just slow in a lot of our aspects of the game, and until about the fourth quarter, I think things started to pick up, and you could see the energy in Davion. Now I will tell you who never lost energy was AJ. AJ and Brandon, those guys seemed like they were on, full speed the entire time. But It did take effect. And now, but what I'm seeing a pattern of that is concerning is our ability to tackle.
Oh yeah, we in that second quarter,
We're not locking up.
Oh man, I seen some of the safeties come down to and they wanted to deliver the hit with just the shoulder, like, news flash. You know what I mean? Some of you guys, I love you, but you don't have the body to deliver that knockout blow like that. So it would behoove you to use proper tackling techniques out there when you're trying to make that trying to deliver the boom. And these guys are just bouncing off and continue to move forward. So you got to wrap up. You got to wrap up.
And it's those teams that we, like first time I noticed it was Andrew Jackson. Mm-hmm. And so those guys when you make contact, those guys will spin, and when we don't lock in, then they're going for another 10, 15 yards. And that was it. So now the local team, like the county guys, they weren't doing that. You hit them, they're down for the most part. These guys that are coming from outside, they're different. And so everybody we're playing now that's now in this new region, we got to understand these are bigger guys, a little bit more experience. And so when we land that blow, you got to lock these guys in until you get help or you take them down.
Hey, you're right. And I heard Brandon say that from the defense, 70 and 40. He was like, yeah, they like that. And he wasn't joking. You see big 70 here on the end. This is probably one of the best lines I think we've seen. I know for sure this is the best offensive and defensive line that we've seen. And but once our guys got their feet up under them, we just started to lean on them. You know what I mean? In that fourth quarter, we started to lean on them.
And we're a better team. We're a better team. All categories, we're a better team. Like I told you before, I learned that the quarterback was a freshman, the principal's son, left-handed guy, freshman, but did a great job. But we have some experience, we have some experienced players that have played together for a while. And whatever that lull that had us there, we still, even through all of those adversities, we were a better team than these guys. We beat them on the field. We just didn't win the game.
Yeah. We won the war.
Or that battle.
We won that battle, but we lost the war.
And that night. Yeah. And so, but you see the sparks again. Our guys can turn it on and turn it off. And I'm not sure what it is that's I don't know what it is that caused them to go to that next level, because it's not you don't have that hype man, or someone that's always having energy even when things are are dragging like it is. I don't know. So I don't know if it's a big play, which we have big play players. We got Brandon.
And there you go. And that's what so what I see is, because I wonder about that. And I mean, for us, man, we had a Brad Dunn, or we had some of these guys that at times they got annoying, you know what I mean, but they were always, you know what I mean, go. And these kids are more, and when it got tough and they start, like chipping at each other or whatever, and I get concerned about that. But then I watch how they communicate, and they, it's nothing personal. It's just do your damn job type mentality. And when I seen AJ go and put his arm around Riley and Jordan and them, and the guys started communicating, and right after that, they came back out. This is in third quarter, right when AJ scored. Remember when he came around on that sweep and he scored? I'm standing right there taking pictures of it. He scored, and the referee said he stepped out at the about the 4 or the 1 or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, but they
Oh yeah, we lost our minds in the stands because we knew that he scored, and again we can't, because of all of the shortfalls we had. We can't blame it on the refs, but the refs really. But when you're struggling like that, you don't need the refs adding any spice to it.
Yeah, well, and that you're right, because that's part of it. Is when you going on the road in the hostile territory, you got to take the refs out of it.
Yep,
Got to take them out of it.
Can't. Coach was on them, on them hard, and I heard the white hats like, "Well, I didn't see it, dude. You were right there."
I asked him, and I had to check myself because I don't want to get kicked off the sideline. You want to see it? I got it right here.
Hey, I meant to tell you, you transitioned you went from photographer to the very upset fan, and I mean, the camera was just there.
I noticed when I when I looked back through, I said, "Whoa, there's some shots missing here." I got a little too close to the fire. I believe it's them my guys, man. Them my, you know what I mean? Like, them my guys.
Hey, I'm in the stands, man. I'm losing. All that mirror stuff is out because I'm a fan when I'm out there, and I'm going to express that. So if we can't get the hype on the side, we're gonna bring it from the bleachers. But that's, yeah, we're fans. We're fans of our young men, and so it was tough to deal with. And we knew, and we know that they're better than what they played, and just the small things. And it was an energy level, because I would see a couple times where a couple players came through the line of scrimmage, but then they didn't pursue the runner.
Oh, they was taking plays off, man. It was a battle out there. Listen, Hanahan came with what they had, what they came with. Eric Giles, I see you right there. But the only thing about the Clanahan part of that is that the referees look like us that was making the calls. So,
oh, it was.
I don't think we can use that argument anymore. That's the old Hanahan, maybe, but not today. It was just, it was, and again, from a safety issue,
yeah,
is where, like, ooh, man, what is y'all doing, man?
But look how we came back. I mean, 28-29 through all of that, and Hanahan didn't make those kinds of mistakes.
No.
And we did, and we were right there. We were a field goal. Field goal.
Oh, man.
Winning this game.
My little homie, I think he still work at Food Lion or one of them stores. I'm gonna see him again and be like, "Hey, bro,
we gotta get it. We gotta get a kicking game."
I'm gonna have to get him an NIL deal right now. I'm gonna have to get him an NIL deal. Y'all make sure y'all go and support Welcome to Andrews, the podcast. There's a link in that live, pinned at the top, where you can go over and grab you a Welcome to Andrews, the podcast premium hoodie. And we got it in all different colors. Okay, not just white. We got it in pink, gray, blue, all that good stuff. So
that, and again, that's key. This kicking thing, man, because
Yeah,
I
yeah, yeah, yeah.
think where we turned them, where we that last turnover at the end of the game, I don't know if we would have been in field goal range, but
Yeah, and that's what I said, man, if we had a kid that could pop one for about 30, 35, 40 yards out consistently, we would have it would have changed the coaching for, you know what I mean? Because it changes the play calling, because you know what I mean. As it stands, we got to go to the end zone. You know what I mean? Like Miss Bobby Joe eloquently said it. 3 minutes to go, 3 minutes on the clock, 80 yards for a touchdown. That's you know, so that's something to,
but
to think
we
about, man.
the ball, we move it, and we got there. And I challenge a young man out there who want to get some playing time, and you're not getting playing time this weekend. Just get out there and get your partner with you, and just start kicking and prove to say, hey, look, I
Hey,
got this.
it's these kids are so advanced now. Listen, go to Amazon, and get you one of those tripod tees that'll hold the ball for you. You can buy a cheap one for a couple dollars and go out there. It ain't gonna cost you nothing to try. Okay, if
And,
if you know what
and
I mean.
see, sometimes the coach can't get it all. Go out there and just start kicking on the weekend. If you want to get on the field, become a kicker.
Yep.
If you're struggling to beat somebody out at a position, go. The kicking game is open for anybody out there that wants to.
And if you don't think the kicking is a vital part of football, watch college football today. Watch how many games come down to the leg of that kicker. He don't do nothing else on the field but kick the football.
And it's huge. I mean, I think now, an average distance for field goal now, I think in the NFL and college, it seems like 50 yards is easy. That's like, that's a chip shot. So
Soccer players.
yeah, so I'm not suggesting that. I mean, I'm not saying that that's what we can do at this level at this time, but I guarantee you, if you put some time into it, get the right coaching. I mean, the right.
Dads, moms who want your child to
Yeah,
play, don't want them to get hit, too many, send them to kicking camp. That's what you need to do right there. If you're from Andrews, South Carolina, and you say, well, how can I get my baby onto the field? Make them all conference, all state, all American kicker. You
yeah,
need one.
yeah, because we got yeah, we have everything we need now. But in this conference, I believe it's going to come down to a lot of those.
Field goal kicking. They're
Yeah,
tight games. Tight games. I mean, it was two good teams on the field Friday night. I mean, Wednesday night, and so that's how good teams hash it out. It comes down to special teams. So, um,
and I think what we have, and I don't know if we were at the 50% or probably a little bit higher in terms of the 2-point conversion. That's very effective, but we need to keep all of our options, open. And I would tell you, I'm gonna tell you who's a big, again, a guy who can get you some yards, who's been getting us yards. And they don't expect it. Is Dutch.
oh, young Dutch,
Dutch Stafford, man, he's
young
got
Dutch.
speed to get around, and the blocking is great. And almost all of his carries are going to get you five or more.
They go Dutch back there and see him jumping in there right there. That's
That's
that was in this play right here. That's Brandon. No, yeah. That's Brandon crossing the goal line right there. And I'm talking about, you see the guy on his back right there.
yeah.
Oh man, what a collision!
And so yeah, we I mean, just a good game. If we're going to lose, and then I'm sure coaches with this full week of practice, we'll capitalize on that stuff and be ready for Academic Magnet next week. But right back in, I think they're close to Hanahan in terms of
Yeah, same area, same caliber of kids, same caliber of coaching. The coaching down on this area is going to be good, because in order to compete, you're gonna have to bring it. And so again, hats off to coach. Any lesser team, Hanahan would have leaned on them, and it would have been, that's what they did to Timberland a week before.
Yep.
They punch you in the mouth, and our guys did a hell of a job stopping Hanahan's run. You know, I did some pre-recruiting. I mean pre-recruiting, pre-scouting, and they balanced now. They balanced again, and then they didn't have their main quarterback, you know, also. You know, but that kid wasn't no slouch that was back there. That kid, they could start for
Oh.
any kid in the program. Speaking of which, if you are unhappy at any Georgetown County school and you are a field goal kicker, maybe playing second string, maybe transfer to Andrews. I don't know.
Go to the portal.
Go to the portal.
Go to the portal, baby. We're taking them. We're taking
We're taking. You're talking about kickers. We need one.
Hey, you see now was college players suing the team because they didn't. You know, I think it was a small school, made them some promises. You know, financial.
Oh, that NIL is going to be messy, man. We working this thing out. It's going to be messy.
But enter the portal. And if you don't have one, just call Andrews the Podcast. You know,
there you go. Come on over here.
Show.
We get you some T-shirts made up. You know what I mean? You get your NIL deal going. I don't know how that's going to work, but we need a kicker.
Hey, because it's going to take that. But I am so impressed with our players and coaches. You know, it's fun to watch.
Yep.
It's fun to watch it. You know, we travel, so we encourage more people. We didn't have the big crowd that we had when we were, But
hey, shout out to the crowd though, because I mean I was thrown off now that Wednesday night. I'm like, what? You know what I mean?
Wednesday night.
So,
let's come on, guys, because they need that. You know, they're not always going to be. We will be there pickup. You know, we'll be there. Motivation. When you fill the stands.
Yep.
That'll let them.
Yep.
That we appreciate what they're doing, that they're doing a great job, and so come on out and support the team.
Now, I'm not going to blame this on our band, all right? Because I know the band director this dude is education first, right? And so, you know what I mean? And I'm pretty sure that was a call he had to make. Like, I don't want to have these kids coming home late, blah, blah, blah. But if we had our band. If we had our band at one point right there, what's that? The 12th man?
Yeah.
The 12th man band. Let's go. I just named him.
Yeah. All that matters.
No doubt.
What trigger these guys to get them into that next gear. But we need to have all those pieces in place, all these things that, these combat multipliers, we call them in the military. But we need all of these things that encourages our guys to play hard, because they're doing the heavy lifting, obviously, and so we as fans need to get out there and be with them. This young man playing his heart out. Who was it? Aiden? Caden was. He was a little bit under the weather, but he stayed on the field.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, still getting it done. And I'm gonna tell you who I couldn't find, because I don't know what number he was wearing. Which number was Aiden wearing?
62, baby. That's the A. 62, every week. And Aiden was in the middle doing his thing, you know what I mean? Poured his heart out, made some crucial stops. And shout out to Coach Poston and the defensive coach, because they made some adjustments early, and we pretty much shut Hanahan. We shut him down.
That's what I'm telling you. If we play them again this week, we will beat the socks off of them.
Oh yeah, no question about it.
That good. There's nothing stopping this group of Yellow Jackets right here, other than we will be our own roadblock.
Hey, and LJ is becoming this is his first year playing football.
Okay.
And the kid is really, really growing, man. I mean, from last week to where, remember the week before we were getting ate up on that left side, well, it would be the right side of defense. From Walkmore with that run, the kid came back this week, man. I'm talking about, and he's a hitter too. He's a thumper. He don't mind putting them pads on you.
Well, you're right, and that goes back again to coaching. These guys are picking up. These last two teams have come out with this little misdirection play, and have gained some big yards. But when the coach spotted it, again, I don't know if it's because now our defensive coordinators, and I think he's up at the top of the press box, but great adjustment to to where our coaches are positioned to make those immediate change on the field. Because again, you can plan all week and practice one way, and then they come up with a different game plan. And so the beauty in that is that we make a quick adjustment and shut that thing down, because they were running, especially like Andrew Jackson, I believe it was. They were killing us on the left side or right side of the defense with that mixed direction play, because you couldn't see it. They disguised the runner very well. But again, the quick adjustments, moving those guys around, and so again, I'm super job by the coaching staff.
Yep, that's old Aiden lined up right there against number 40 right there. And I mean, Aiden job was tough already holding on that middle. Now he playing offensive tackle and middle linebacker.
But it goes
Tough
back to,
kid.
if you got that passion, man. See, this he just want to be on the field.
That's it.
You put Aiden wherever it is, and we've seen that. This is not hyping this, this is facts. You put him wherever. How many positions he's played here in his first 5 games? By 3 of them, at least.
Mm-hmm.
Put me there and you play. So with that same kind of energy, somebody needs to say, hey, I want to be the kicker for the high school. Go out and practice. You're not going to get it in your just the routine practice. You got to do that stuff on the weekend and strengthen the team. Be that hero and strengthen the team, but get out there and become the expert kicker, man, so you can help the team in some form of fashion.
Absolutely. Absolutely, positively, man. There's some couple clips from the other night. I didn't have them in any particular order, but let's just kind of run through them here.
Okay.
When they're all short, I'll do better on that this week. This is one of the scores down there. What else we have? That's old Dutch you talking about right there, coming out of that hole, man. That kid, his explosion to the line is crazy.
So we know how Brandon runs. We know how AJ runs, and those guys are just unstoppable with the strength. Now you're talking about speed, getting to the outside, turning it up. Now we have an outside threat coming from the line of scrimmage, and that's Dutch. And they don't expect it because he's not he doesn't carry it that many times. But when he hit, to me, that's just as effective as any reverse play, because they're not expecting him. And the blocking is superb coming down around that corner, and he just get after it. And again, kudos for having the depth coming off the bench and moving, and the ability to move players around to strengthen our attack or defense. And
hey, speaking, did you see when they ran that reverse and Omarlo came off the came off the backside of that with that big? It was a big call, big time in the game, and it was a hell of a call, hell of a a great execution, and just
and it's key there. And again, as we watch coaching the strategy, he's really using these guys, because you're going to have to, because they are being scouted.
Oh,
our passing game has gotten better because they didn't think that we were effective passers. We were more of a run team, but our passing is we catch them every time off guard. Now we missed it. We missed a pass by a couple feet, but they weren't expecting it. So we're being scouted hard. You still there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, I get a little worried about this connection. So it is again just crazy to watch, man. Hey, here's one thing. Some of our sideline talks, and I don't know if we got any answer for it. Why is our team doesn't get an opportunity to go into the locker room during halftime?
I don't know. I thought about that, and I don't know if it's a coach. I don't know if it's coach's preference, and that I'm assuming that it's coach's preference. I mean, I don't see why. And if it was an issue, that's why I'm thinking it's coach's preference is because if it was an issue, then what would it be for an assistant coach or a staffer to call ahead and make sure that these accommodations are because everybody's pretty much that was the first grass field we played on this year, wasn't it?
I think so, because I think Carvers Bay and Walkermont both have
All turf.
turf, I believe. So yeah, but
Yes.
it was something that was brought up on the sideline. Again, when you're in the sideline, you get a whole different.
Ooh, man, I don't miss those conversations.
Yeah, when you're and the booth is cool, but the sideline and stands is great because I get to be a real fan. Up there, you can't root for your home team is like that. That wouldn't be fair to the other team. But so you get a lot of you have an earshot of a lot of interesting comments. You can hear the guys out there calling for the fans that travel wherever the game is being played. Hey, they have a playbook of their own up there. They call it for the wedge. The wedge is back there when we play. They call it for the 48-go-5 reverse. I'm like, that's the play I ran when I was in high school. So yeah. So the stand, if you can get a mic up there,
Ooh.
after some of the comments, this will.
I would have to hire 2 different people just to edit, just to catch the beep, beep, beep. It wouldn't even make for good audio because it'll just be beep, beep.
Hey, we have fans that have been following the Yellow Jackets for decades, and they're very passionate about it, man. So they were calling plays out there. That was pretty funny. But yeah, so I think I'm gonna ask the coach when I talk to him, and it seems like because it's so routine, I think it's the coach's preference to keep the guys outside and I guess to keep them active. But if it's the other way around, if they're not letting us in, then that's a concern.
That's a job for welcoming into the podcast.
Come back with.
Man, what y'all keeping us outside? What's going on?
So we can be be advocates.
Yep. Yeah. So Low Dutch, what's going on, Low Dutch?
Well, Dutch is on.
Oh, Dutch is in the building.
Hey, great play out there, Dutch, man. We love seeing you work out there on that field. But just keep doing it. But he's a sophomore, right?
Yeah.
Man, I'm telling you, the bench. But we this is our year. It's our year to go deep into the playoff, if not win this thing. And So we keep getting that. We've had all the rehearsals we need. We've had the highs and the lows. Now we need to pull it together against this team. We got to come ready, focused to get after this team because of course they probably had more scouts in the stand than anybody else on Wednesday night.
Yeah, and that's what I keep. That's what I harp to my young boys when they get down. Hey, listen, don't lose your head. I mean, even in less than favorable situations, i.e. when we're down or even when we losing, this is when you can show your character, okay? Because if the recruiters in the stands, the talent's there. That's already a foregone conclusion, okay? If you didn't have the talent, the recruiter wouldn't be there. But it's the intangible, it's the other things that will set you apart from the other candidates, because you're not the only student athlete that they're recruiting at any time. So you got to keep your head on that sideline, and you guys did a great job of that this past week. Continue to do that.
And the other thing too, they have to understand that, and this is about the mindset. And right now, where you guys are, where our Yellow Jackets are right now, people are watching them. Believe it or not, scouts are watching them. You continue to play as a team, play your best in that position that you currently are, or wherever the coach places you, because you're being watched. It's not just by scouts from the opposing teams, but I'm talking about scouts that's at the next level.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way that they don't know that we have this level of talent and not be interested in coming out and watch. These guys are ready for the next level. And so play like that and have that, and without becoming cocky, know that you're good. Know that you are better than
wrong with that
squared off in front of you. And you blow through him. Don't let him be the guy that stops you from doing your part in the team. And I think that kind of attitude, again, without being cocky, is where we got to improve. Know that you're better, and you'll play better.
Mhm.
So just keep grinding, man. We're gonna be there for you, and hopefully we didn't leave anybody out, in this Yellow Jacket review this morning. But just a great team and great coach, well coached team.
Yeah, no doubt. And well, again, speaking of leaving anybody out, I mean, I can't call, everybody, but I know young man right here put it on the line the other night. It didn't show up in the stats as far as sacks,
Mm-hmm.
but um man, we got two of the best defensive ends in high school football.
Bookends there, man.
I'm talking about we got two of the best defensive ends in high school football, to where you sit your quarterback back there if you want, that he gonna sit back there and just throw from the pocket like it's all good. He might get a few off, but boy, he'll be getting the ice bath after that game right there. I promise you that.
Big Stewart and Dorsey.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
At
they
7 and 8 o'clock early.
they're monsters, man. We now have our secondary been challenged yet?
No, we got burnt on that first touchdown, and it was just inexperience. That's what I'm saying. I don't see. Yeah, it was just inexperience. Went for the ball. Played the ball and should played. Went for the interception and should have just went for the just stayed with the man and got burnt. It was a good throw, good catch on Hanahan's part too. Now,
Well, and I missed the first two scores because when I got in, I think it was 14. We were down 14-0, so I didn't.
and that's what I say. It was big plays. We gave up, bung bung, and then we tightened down.
Yeah, we shut it down. And again, we had the same thing. We just didn't catch the ball later in the game, where again the ball was overthrown maybe by a couple feet, but the receiver was clearly 2 or 3 feet behind the defender. So you'll get caught if you get caught up in the running game and trying to cheat and move up and don't think about it, and they will catch you. You get a speedster on the outside, quarterback floats it. It's that easy to get burned. Just got to play that position and play. Keep it honest until they commit, until that run is committed. And once he's committed, then you move up and make that tackle.
Yeah, and I mean, I got to add this part too. Our All-State cornerback, Caden Dorsey, was a little bit under the weather. So
he was under the weather.
Yeah,
but
try that this week.
He was in there. He didn't come out. I think he came up a couple plays, but
yeah, he went back in, but it was just he couldn't go.
No, and you could see it, and
yeah,
and they got him some I think some Gatorade or something,
mm-hmm.
and but they were low energy.
Yep, and I mean it was again Wednesday night, but all in all, I walked out of there feeling like, okay, we're good to go. You know what I mean? I really left out of there feeling like, hey, we're good to go. I like where we at. I like the way the guys responded. I like that the guys walked out of there together. As far as we didn't fall, we didn't come apart.
Right?
Because tight, things like that can rip a team apart. And so, and immediately, coach told them, we got to get this out of your system.
Yeah, and had they not made that comeback, and again, they just started playing Yellow Jacket ball,
mm-hmm.
and they saw how close we got, and unfortunate miscatch landed in the hands of one of the they killed it. But we would have won. Now we had two opportunities. I think one was the before the interception was the drop pass,
mm-hmm.
and the interception, which of course killed our opportunity there. But we were there, so put that behind us, learn from it, and know that we were better than Hanahan.
Yeah,
and we just they got a victory. So go back up in their neck of the woods this Friday beat the socks off of this next team, and then that will let Hannah remind them that they should have lost to the Yellow Jackets this past Wednesday.
They walked off the field with just as much respect and admiration for our guys as we had from that was two heavyweights in high school football, 2A right there, that battle. And
Yep.
so you know, may see them down the road again. So and I like our chances if we meet up again.
But we're going to be there, man. Again, this is just a gut check, so we'll be fine. And again, big shout out to all the players, everyone, the fans for sticking in there, man, and supporting these young men and the young ladies. We can't forget about the cheerleaders out there and our band. You know, I know they didn't make the trip, but they're a valuable asset to our team.
Yeah, and just kind of a heads up because they said there's a copycat storm that's following Helene, so gotta keep our eyes on that. You know what I mean? That's just what it is living in southeastern United States of America. I'd rather be here than have the ground shake under me than my boys out there out west.
Yeah, that's a different animal out there.
That's a different animal out there.
That's you're gonna get a big fire or earth shatter, shaking around, especially time out in California. It's always interesting. But it's a good time, man. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm do an update here and check with Duke Energy and see when they're gonna come and visit Andrews. They get us right, because this is it's unbearable. It's the humidity and it's uncomfortable. And besides, I'm tired of being at my sister's house. They're getting on my nerve.
No doubt. And any agency, if anybody's know of any agencies that's gonna try to make people whole or from whatever, usually SNAP usually comes out with some emergency funds or something like that to help people recoup for the loss of their food because of being out of power. So, if you can get that information to me, please, I'll definitely share it.
And I'm not sure it hadn't been announced yet, but we know that the governor announced a state of emergency, so it may be something that's coming down. So we'll check and get back with you, get it out, put it on the website and all that kind of business if there's something out there.
Absolutely.
But we'll know more next week.
Yep, and like you said, y'all make sure y'all go download the Town of Andrews, South Carolina app from the Google and Apple Play Store, and also go online www.townofandrews
at sc.gov.
At sc.gov. There we go.
I think that's what it is. Okay.
All right. Hey, man, great show. Again, Academic Magnet this week. Look forward to it. Y'all make sure y'all tune in.
Anything? Do you know anything about that school?
I did not look. I not enough to speak on it right now. I got to get a little better at that, and that's why we are looking for team members on this Saturday React show. Somebody who can do some recruiting. I mean, some recruiting. Yeah, and get us a kicker. Somebody who can do some scouting for us, and handle that side of it, and just help us prepare for this show to make it a better show.
Yeah, it'd be great to have some reflections from some of the players, to bring all that stuff, all those great pictures you captured, bring that to life from their experience. So we have it to still, but then what were you thinking is really important.
Yeah, and AJ was going to come on this morning, but it's grandma's birthday, and happy birthday, grandma. He said grandma would be definitely watching, so happy birthday, grandma. I mean, I don't know how that works out. You just turned 21, but happy 21st birthday.
Absolutely.
No doubt. And again, this week, so you guys, to the team, be prepared. You guys are like NFL players now. You got to be prepared. All right. You might have a Thursday night game. You might have a Tuesday night game. You know what I mean? So be prepared, be prepared, be prepared, be prepared. That's what Coach was saying.
Hey, and I appreciate Coach for coming, because even after, it's always great to talk about it when you win, but when you come on and do the interview afterwards, that just shows character, man. And so appreciate you for doing that. I saw Coach posting at the restaurant at Pueblo's the other night. Got some comments back from him, and he said the guys were tired. He didn't indicate that they were ill, just tired, short week. And so they were tired, but some of them were probably dehydrated, that kind of business, but not anything that was some of the speculation that they were, something, COVID or food poison, that kind of business, and wasn't any of that.
Yeah, it was an adjustment for everybody, and I mean, you gotta know that you've been getting some of them guys, especially that's their fourth year.
Right.
They've been playing football. Friday night, your body just, you know what I mean? Your body like is on autopilot. Saturday is gonna be sore. Sunday you start getting a little better. Monday I'm good to go at school. Get to practice, work out those kinks. But now them guys got trainers when they get back from the game to go to start treatment. You know what I mean? Shout out to funny story real fast. So I get there just after kickoff, right? So I hit the sideline, you know what I mean? And I'm in my pregame mode, because I feel like I'm one of the Warriors too. I'm going to battle too. It's hard to get these shots. So I saw this guy on the sideline who I did not recognize. Now, I am a ultimate homer. Okay? So who is this new dude right here? Like, why is one of their coaches? I'm going through this in my mind now. I know better than to verbalize these things sometimes. So I'm watching. I'm like, what we got going on over here, man? We got this because his top was sort of like Philip Simmons. I mean, not Philip Simmons. Hanahan. Come to find out, it was the trainer, and he was he was with us.
Listen, I had the same thought because,
but I was watching him.
he was actually with Caden, when Caden was feeling a little, under the weather. I didn't know who he was. Now I'm standing there watching this guy, and I said, well, he looks familiar. I didn't see Adam, so that was kind of strange. So I said, okay, it's not a health thing. So who is this cat? And he came over and explained to the mom, what was going on with him and some of the things he was going through. But I had that same thought. So that we just kind of protected our guys, man.
Man, listen, I'm talking about I got to the sideline. I felt like old Steven. Who this on his neck?
Not Dangle.
Bro, I'm like, I had to laugh at myself, man. I'm like, dude, you are crazy. Like, this kid over here. And then it registered once I didn't see Adam, because I'm like, where Adam at? Look on the other sideline. And then it kind of registered, oh, he the doctor.
Yeah, that's doing the whole, I'm like, what's going on? This is strange. We don't see it,
Yeah, I'm like, what Hanahan got going on over here? How y'all, you can't have a coach on the sideline with us now. I don't know what coach I'm doing, but as a Yellow Jacket #1 fan, that's not going down, brother.
And that made sense because then we had, I think the HR lady from the school was on our side.
Yeah.
And I was talking to her that she's like the HR person for, I think, the district. And so she said sometimes she like to come on the other side and it's so she can watch the game because she's a big fan of the game. She's over there where the school folks are. It's a lot of questions about the job and
a lot of handshaking and all that business.
Yeah. So now it was good. Yeah, I had that same kind of a feeling like this guy shouldn't be over here.
So, Mr. Trainer, if you watching this, sir, you did a great job, and I apologize.
He was about to get rolled, huh?
Yeah, you was high. I was gonna walk you to the sideline, bro. Look, you probably need to get behind the gate. If you're gonna do that, you need to do it from the stands. You're not gonna sit on the sideline. I don't care if y'all on this. Yeah, it was dicey there for a minute.
Yeah, that Yellow Jacket blood runs deep in us, man.
Absolutely.
Hey, appreciate your time.
Yeah, man.
Everybody out there, thanks for tuning in. We'll be back next Saturday.
Definitely. Oh, well, we'll be back Tuesday for Real Talk Tuesday. You know what I mean? I'll be there. Thank goodness we didn't have a game Friday night. I'm gonna just go ahead and say that because I've injured myself a little bit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so I was gonna ask you about that new lens you have.
Yeah, it's right back there. Yeah.
Okay.
And
not as much so you can reach out and touch these players in terms of getting these up close shots.
Yeah, when my back heals up.
Yeah, I heard it was it caused an injury.
Absolutely. This is a 5-pound lens. Hold on a second.
You might charge it to carry that until you heal. That is pretty. Yeah.
Yeah, this is and it's steel and it's hard, but yeah. And I thought I could just pop it on my camera and do it like I do any of these other lenses I got. Just
That's
snap away.
You have to change your position. You may have to stand up. If you're going to do that freehand, stand up like you're firing a weapon from a standing position. Put that elbow into your side, and then you'll bounce and prevent some of those back.
Nah, this puppy's going on a tripod, and yeah, I can't take that. That's crazy right there.
Have you taken posted anything with it?
No, I plan to do that today. I plan to do that today. Let's see what I can come up with it. But anyway, again, great show. Y'all have a good conversation because we can have this conversation off camera.